In fact, this second line of thought, right? I'll come to the India aspect of it, which you asked me. I think India could be in a very soupy situation. Could be or could not be. There are two variations to it. Again, these are perspectives, right? I don't know if you have come across this because you're talking about US, right?
Yeah.
If you've read the news, Donald Trump is making it impossible for a lot of countries to buy GPUs from Nvidia, right? And in fact, for China, he has completely banned it. There are a lot of other countries he have banned it as well. India comes in the level 2, where he allows us to buy some GPUs, but not as many as we want. And then level 1 can buy how many ever they want. Why do you think is the reason? The primary reason here is Donald Trump doesn't want these countries to build AI capabilities as good as the US capabilities. Now he'll be like, yeah, Vaibhav, ChatGPT to hai. What is the problem? Let other people build. Why is Donald Trump being so trying to hold all these GPUs? And by the way, FYI, GPUs are the engine for these AI models to get trained on. So without GPUs, there is no AI, right? So that is the hardware part of it. Why is he doing this? Because I think he has seen something that most of us have not. You see, human capital, the reason why US or countries, expensive countries, have to rely on countries like China, India, and everywhere else is because the cost of human labor is so high there that making an iPhone there end to end would cost basically 2x. The cost of iPhone would 2x. So it won't make sense. As a result, they pass it on to countries where human labor is cheaper. Now with AI coming into the picture, there is intelligence coming in. Machines are becoming more intelligent than they ever were. Now, with this technology, whoever controls this technology can control the whole supply chain to a point where you can build autonomous factories. Boss, there is real estate in terms of space to set up factories.
True.
They can set up a factory in desert also, and there's a lot of desert. They can dig up a hole and put it underground also. That space is not a problem. The problem is people are going to work in those factories. But if there is a technology that is existent or that could be built where humans won't be needed to build a factory or to run a factory, then a country like US doesn't have to depend on a country like China to build their products.
Correct. Because the biggest arbitrage is the cost arbitrage.
Yes. And that is controlled with AI. So whoever builds that technology first will control the power.
So do you think Trump is trying to consolidate all the manufacturing powerhouse within the United States through AI?
I think so. That is how it looks like, because I'm sure he has seen the dark factory videos.
Yeah, bro, those dark factory videos are just insane. Like, I saw this video where there was barely any light.
Yes.
जो भी light आ रहा था वो welding से आ रहा था. And they're like, why are there no lights in these factories?
Because there are no humans. There is no need of light.
नीचे caption लिखा था, because there are no humans. And bro, it was mad. Like, it was mind blowing. Now, in fact, Elon Musk even says that the cost of producing a Model S is 65% cheaper in Shanghai than in the US.
Yeah.
Which is why, even though Trump has imposed tariffs, what he's essentially doing is punishing the consumers of America because he doesn't want them to buy Chinese goods. अब इसमें problem ये है that if there's $1,000 iPhone, it's not an uncle in Beijing who's going to pay another $100 for it. It is Karen from New York who's going to pay another $100. And because of this, the US companies are helpless. They cannot do anything because of two reasons. A, even if Chinese phones cost $1,100, they can't do anything about it because their products cost on the upwards of $1,500. So they can't do anything about it. Number two is that they still have to buy raw materials from China. And China in return has also imposed tariffs, because of which raw materials have become expensive. So the American products have become even more expensive. So tell me something. I understand this whole vision of making America great again, but how does it make sense in the present day world? And more importantly, how does it make sense for India? What are we supposed to do in this drama between America and China?
Yeah, the tariffs, reciprocal tariffs, have not gone live yet, right, across the board. And like we were discussing, China doesn't have a lot of tariffs yet. I think it's a bait card that Trump is using at this point of time, right? It looks like a great leverage point to have conversations with a lot of countries, right? But I don't know if this will actually go through, because it's a net destroyer of economy than advantage, right? That's what economists say, based on what I understand.
Hi guys, if you loved watching this clip and if you want to do a deep dive into the podcast, we've mentioned the link in the description. So click that link, watch that podcast and take notes. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more clips.